Nigerian weddings are truly beautiful. I think there is no doubt about that. But the strength and the stress that we all put into these weddings, even though they are memories that are worth it, I think they are something that we should also put into considering what would happen after the wedding, because a lot happens after the dancing and the celebration and having all these wonderful people around, because in a tick of a minute after the wedding they're all gone and it's now you're back to your wife and husband responsibilities. And when people talk about the weddings, the only thing they want to really talk about is, oh, what is going to happen on the wedding night? Are we going to be tired to be able to do, or we're going to have enough strength to be able to go on the journey for that night? But really there's a lot after that wedding that we do not talk about, because everyone just focuses on or just focus on the glamour that comes with the wedding. Today I am going to be telling you how I actually felt after my wedding, how I was able to go back into my life, into the default setting, and how hard it was or how easy it was. I felt I should put this out now that it's still fresh, rather than waiting for when I'm 5 or 6 years into the wedding and saying, oh, I remember how this happened then. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. It is straight from my heart. What's up, besties? Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be back here, and thank you so much for joining me again on today's episode. And we are still talking about the wedding series, guys. I can imagine immediately I carry this cup, somebody is thinking, what's it with Adiola and this cup? Like, I don't understand. The cup is so cute. It even fell and got broken, but still I love it, just the way Jesus loves me, no matter my mistakes, and brings me back to him. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me again today. I am very, very grateful. Today I intentionally did not script down what I want to talk about or how I want to talk about it. I'm just coming here today to just talk from my mind how things are like after wedding, because I believe people don't talk a lot about it. A lot of people talk about wedding planning and all of those things, and when they talk about after wedding, the first thing that comes to people's mind is wedding night. But really there is a lot, and I feel like this is the time to talk about it, that I'm just a month into marriage. I don't want to wait until when I'm 7 months in or 8 months in. I would just be trying to remember how it feels then. But now I can tell you how it feels, and I took my time to talk with some of my friends, my sisters that are in marriage, about how it felt, and I saw that yes, it's the same thing really, and I think it's something that we should talk about. So I'm just going to talk about it today. No script, nothing. Let's chat. So after my wedding, I talked about this in my last episode. I said that during the wedding or 2 days to the wedding, I had a lot of people around me. A lot of my big girls and friends were already coming around, and they really rallied around me and they helped me out a lot of things. They really made the day a very beautiful one for me. But when coming to the end of the reception, they started leaving one after the other. Those that have things to do, those that are going to work tomorrow, that are workers and all, going to church on Sunday, they have to start saying, Adiola, bye. And the best of them, or don't let me say the best of them, the least person to leave, including my best lady, left at the reception. The least person to leave just helped me pack everything into the boat and they'd peace out to me. So when I got back to the hotel room, it was just me and my husband. Like, everyone was gone. All the excitement, all the joy, all the noise, everything had vanished, and I feel like I'm in this silence, and it's just me, and a lot of people have put on a lot of load upon me, and I have to bear this load by myself. It was just me and my husband in the hotel room, and immediately I started feeling that feeling of emptiness, like, oh really, I am part of a new family,
and for lack of better word, I have my own family drama. You understand? Everybody has their family drama. It just varies. I have my own family drama. But willingly, I came to the altar. I look at this man in the eyes and say, I am ready to carry your own family drama with my own family drama. So I have drama squared. So like now I'm in a new family and I'm about to also add that to my life, and I'm going to go in this with this person on the journey, and that I cannot just determine or decide and say that I want to go to my daddy's house tomorrow. Like, and I cannot get so angry and say, oh, I'm going to my daddy's house. If I even get there, they will send me back. Like, my mom told me that I'll not have any room in her husband's house again. Like, as I'm going to my own husband's house. So, all of this done on me, like, really. But God's so good for me. I talked to some of my friends that had to move from, one city or one town to the other. I had a friend that she stayed in Oyo all her life and she had to move to Ibadan. There are people that move from the west to the north and start all over again. It can be quite daunting. So if you are moving states, please get your heart ready. And I would say join a church, have a community. A community will really help you, to be able to to cope with it, because you are moving used to a new state. When I moved to Lagos, although I had moved to Lagos before the wedding, I still felt that emptiness. So I can imagine if I'm just moving to Lagos and I have nobody, I have no job, I have to start looking for a new job and all of those. It will be really crazy. And that is why I always be an advocate of, when you want to get married, see, for people that come from the Otedola family or come from the Dangote family, they have the money. But people like us that are reading our way to the top, or that are doing everything we can, working hard to get to the top, leveling on God's grace, we should not be even trying to borrow money to have a large party for people that will just come around and eat and go. Because after the wedding, see, you're going to feel such kind of quietness that to just be you and your partner, and you guys will have now started of thinking about what next in our lives. You're going to be feeling a kind of so much burden, and right now you are figuring out a new phase of your life. You should not be trying to figure out how to pay debts with that, because it's going to be very difficult if you're in that kind of situation. So for people that have not done their wedding at all, and it's not just about the excitement of, oh, I'm having a husband, and that's why I used to say have a good spouse, because after the wedding it will just be you and the whatever you choose. If you choose a good man, it will be you and the angel you choose, and if you choose it's going to be you and the that you chose. You understand? So I'm still an advocate of don't borrow, do whatever you can afford for the wedding, so that the load will be a little lighter when you get married. Another thing is you start having the responsibility syndrome. I don't even know if that's the right English to use, but you feel like you are responsible to do this, you are responsible to do that. For me, there are times that I could come to my now husband's house and I will feel like I am not under the compulsion to do anything. Definitely I come around and I help him with this, help him with that, but I don't feel under the compulsion. But now I feel like if I am not cooking for him to eat, like there's that I'm not being a good wife enough syndrome. There was a time I was sick and was the one doing all the chores and all. I felt like I'm neglecting so those responsibilities kind of dawn on you. There are things that I want to do. There are dresses that I want to wear. For example, this dress that I'm wearing is kind of backless. There are times that if I want to wear it and we're not married before, I feel like, oh, I want to wear this dress. But now I feel like, oh, it is my husband's body, so I feel like, should I take permission before I go inside the dress? You get? So you have that responsibility syndrome that really down on you. And what I would advise is, please, at this point in time, don't push your friends away like, oh, you are now married, you are different from them, you are not on the same level again. Don't do that to yourself. Reach out to your friends, call them, speak with them. They would help, release the burden that you feel at that point in time. After we got married, I was listening to a lot of podcasts about marriage, vlogs and all. And at a point, Ayo looked at me and said, babe, hey, you want to be a woman in Israel. This one that you're listening to, this thing, you want to be a great woman, you want to be a great wife and all. But the truth was, I was feeling so scared that I had to start what's that word of affirmation, what we do in church, confession. I have to start confessing to myself, like, see, you can do it, you're going to be a good wife, you're going to be a great mother, you can do this thing. So I started listening to people that have been in it before, like, how have they been doing it, so I want to be able to do it too. So I was just using that to numb the emptiness and the loneliness and the fear that was feeling inside me, because it is very real. It is real, you're going to be facing that. So I would say that, give yourself so much grace. You don't have to, because if you are carrying too much, you are going to get tired and you're going to fall sick. So please take it easy on yourself, and also don't shut out your friends. Speak with your friends. We have vlogs, podcasts. Listen to this thing, not just to numb your pain like I did, but to also learn how it is being done on the journey. Another thing is the baby making wahala. Hey, guys, it's just 1 month and I have almost shed tears about baby making. Just 1 month. See, during the wedding, it's like everybody has gotten everything that has to do with your life. Like, you have life goals and ambition. Like, imagine sitting my mom down and telling her that, mommy, we don't want to have a child now. I and I have decided that we are going to wait for the next 2 years before we have a child, just for example. And she's asking me why, and I'm like, there's this exam I want to write. But normally, how I had planned my life is to go into lecturing, and so immediately I was done with school, I remember for my MSc, I was planning to do PhD before Nigeria Factor came in, and now I am transitioning to finance, and it's been a lot of work. I've been trying to figure things out, and reassurance. There are times I feel like, can I do this thing? It's been a lot trying to write a professional exam, and putting my head in all of those plans, trying to get my MSc out of the way, because that's been forever. I have a lot of these things on me. Now imagine that they are still pushing me to bring a baby into the world, into all this mess, just because you want to have grandchildren. And see, your parents' own are not as much as people that you do not even send. Now, don't dare fall sick. Why are you to fall sick? You are a new wife, you have fallen sick. If you fall sick, people will come and ask if it's pregnancy. You cannot sneeze too much because it's pregnancy symptom. And don't drink too much water, because if you go to the toilet and go and pee, it's pregnancy symptom. Guys, there was a day I literally forgot my laptop at work. That was the first time. Like, I forgot my laptop at home, sorry. So immediately I got to the office, I had to run back, take Uber to get back home to pick my laptop bag. And as I entered, someone came to me and said, a very respected person, like Agbalagba, and said, I heard about your ordeal. And I was like, very well. And she said it's pregnancy symptoms. Like, that's how people forget stuff when they are pregnant. And I'm like, so baby making is going to be coming to your face left and center. So if you're not ready to have a baby, be ready to be able to numb all the talk and everything, because like it's really crazy. I would not lie, it's really crazy. I'm like, there are people that have issues, or people that don't even want to have children. How do they cope? Or people that are even still waiting on God, how do they cope when you keep bringing baby to their face every time? It can affect them. So these are a lot of issues that I think people should talk about. Really, people should talk about. I have not been in the face of that phase, like PHASE, of trying to get pregnant and all. And when I get there, definitely, I'm going to talk about it. I really am going to document it. But I feel like people should chill on new married couples. Please pray some other things for them, that they will be financially buoyant. They'll be able to travel to Dubai and be able to do the great things and fulfill their purpose and work for God and be greater people. It's not only baby prayers that is available for couples. Please change. Let us do better. Really, those are a lot of things that really affected me. Another thing is, resuming back to work. I forgot my laptop password, guys. I only had 2 weeks leave and I forgot my laptop password. Like, I had a week before the wedding and a week after the wedding. So okay, that was the time, because the way it works is, for people that work in corporate organizations, you get to change your password, often. So my laptop was already telling me that, okay, you have to change your password, blah, blah, blah. So I just changed to something, blah, 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 so I could send something to my boss, because I was during the wedding planner and did send something to him. And after the wedding, I forgot my laptop password. Like, I could not remember the password again. So Guys, like resuming back to work too is something, because you've spent all your time and energy trying to figure out a wedding, and it's a capital and intensive project like I talked about last week. So now you want to get back to the real world and all. For this, I would say ask for God's help. Let God help you. And people that have not even gotten a job, you are moving to a new city and you're not just looking for a new job and all, that one safe is there. But ask for God's help. Let God help you. If you are about to get married, get prepared for all of these things and even more. I think I said last week that I want to talk about things that you should even expect during your wedding. But I would say don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Try and push through. But one thing is, always ask God for help. See, God is ready to help us. God is ready to help us push through, pull through. So always ask God for help and let the joy of the Lord, always be there for you, because these things can push you to the edge. It can push you to the edge. When you start missing your dad, your mom, your siblings, and all, just ask for God. Let God comfort you. Let God be with you. Let God, be there for you. I think that is where I'll be stopping my vlogs for today, and I hope you enjoy it. Please, if you've been married, tell me how you felt after the wedding. Before then, for me, I don't think we've really done honeymoon, because my partner and I planned on traveling, but because my passport didn't come out early. And another thing was, we had just 1 week. We did a wedding in Ibadan, but we had to stay for like 2 days because it's scarred. And before we came back, we just went to 1 or 2 places in Lagos, and that was it. So, for people that were able to go for their honeymoon, how did you feel during the honeymoon? Were you able to, then just gist me, put it down in the comment section. Let's talk, let's gist. So guys, this is where I'll be stopping today's episode, and I hope that you enjoy it. Always remember that life is a catch-22, so you can find no resistance. The only way to find life is to accept it all in God's hands. Till we meet next week, guys, I love you so much. Peace.